That Man and His Manga.
Hello and welcome to That Man. This is my manga haul for October 2020. That's right, the year has gone by so fast. And yeah, some interesting stuff here, including some light novels and plenty of manga. So let's stop talking and look at some fantastic titles, shall we? First up, we have Volume 14 of the almighty ReZero, Starting Life in Another World, and I am so excited to get into this one. It doesn't feel like 2 minutes since I read Volume 13, which I know I did read a little bit later than expected, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into Volume 14. It just arrived a few days ago, so I haven't really had the chance to look into it much quite yet, but ooh, even just from the characters we can see on here, there's some really exciting moments going to be happening because, wow, I've got many questions just based on this cover alone. I'm sure this guy here, he looks truly slothful, potentially. Next up we have volume, I want to see a 98 of One Piece. I can't remember what number we're on. Maybe 96. I don't remember what number. 97. I don't remember. It's been a while since I lose count of One Piece. I think 93 was the one I bought in Japanese. So yeah, confusing. 94, 95. I think this might be 96 or 97. So yeah, this feels like it wasn't very long ago in terms of the actual content, and that's just because of how slow the One Piece has been this year. It just kind of feels, I don't know, I love One Piece, but you know what, I have very little interest in the actual samurai itself. I'm just waiting for all of the fights to actually happen, and yeah, it feels like we're taking ages just to get to that. Hopefully we'll get some fights in the next few weeks. This one needs to fight Nico Robin. That's all I ask for. Black Maria versus Nico Robin. The rest can do what they want. But this is an interesting volume. I think it covers up to and including Yamato. So yeah, I believe it up and including Yamato. So that wasn't very long ago. That was only like 10 chapters ago. So One Piece has been going that slow. Even the volumes have nearly caught up with it, which is a shame. One Piece was, I don't know, it just feels like the last few chapters haven't really been that much hype, at least compared to normal One Piece. It's a bit of a shame, but I'm not really going to complain. But still, I'm happy to own this. It's still, I'm still ongoing with collecting One Piece. Volume 100 is very short, very soon. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one come eventually next year, maybe. Yay! Next up is Volume 6 of Monster Girl Doctor, a series that I feel was really underrated last month. At least last season. Everyone was talking about like Uzaki-chan and ReZero, but I was expecting this one to be a massive, huge hit with Monster Girl fans, but it kind of felt like it came and went, and in fact, it remains the one and only series I've actually watched from the start to the very end. This year I watched all of Isekai Quartet, but that was season 2. Hopefully this season is a little bit more interesting. Yeah, it just feels like it's one of those years where I've just not fancied watching much seasonable anime. But this is an absolute fantastic series. I would not recommend it enough. Honestly, it's just so good. Like the world building, even though there's a lot of Monster Girl and ecchi stuff, if you want an ecchi light novel, this is the series that you want to be reading, because it's just such a good series. I would really 100% recommend it, and I'm going to try and give it a re-review because it is worth re-looking at. I originally looked at Volume 1 quite some time ago, so it's well and truly due a review, I think, especially with it being Monster Girl this month. So yeah, looking forward to reading more of this. Next up, we have Combatants Will Be Dispatched Volume 4, another title that I'm genuinely surprised that not as many people are talking about this, considering it's the same author as Konosuba. And Yeah, I think it's weird because this existed before Konosuba, and I think he's actually went back to this after finishing Konosuba. So yeah, that's interesting. There is an anime coming soon, so I'm expecting it's going to get its appreciation then. But at the moment, it still feels very underrated. I really need to do a follow-up review to it because some of my opinions on this series have changed. Again, it's a weird one because it's so easy to read and you do get a lot of fun out of it, but my god, there is a lot of problematic stuff in here. And I don't mean it's like it's problematic, but you can still have a lot of fun out of this series, even though there's a lot of issues, as long as you have to acknowledge that, yes, there are issues in here. This is going to be an interesting one. I think it's going to be one where, when the anime comes out, it's going to be very much like Uzaki-chan, where yeah, it's going to get a lot of hate, I think, unfortunately. But it's probably for the right reasons as well. But I'm looking forward, again, it's weird, I'm not going to lie, this month I've read a lot of light novels, as you've probably seen. However, I feel like I've not read a huge amount. There's been a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, so I kind of haven't had the chance to just sit down and read as many things as I'd like. So yeah, I think this probably is on my next no, actually there's another series that's next on my list, which I want to do, that fits in with Monster Girl month. So unfortunately, you're on the back burner. Combatants will be dispatched. Next up is Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Elma's Office Lady Diary Volume 3. Now, if you remember, I mucked up and rebought Volume 2 not so long ago. So this month I went and bought Volume 3, and honestly, I still love this one so much. If you like Office Lady stuff, for example, stuff like New Game or Mr. Tonegawa's Middle Management Diaries, yeah, it's really good. It's kind of, I really feel it's more relatable than Dragon Maid itself, but it's kind of got that nice, I don't know, it kind of feels like it's a little bit of a step away from just being ecchi Dragon Maid stuff. But yeah, it's a fun series. I really enjoy this one, and I would really recommend it to those who really like Dragon Maid and want more Office Lady adults doing adult things series, while adults also being childish. Next up is the Elder Sister Like One, and ooh, it's Ina-chan from Hololive. I did do a review on this about a year ago, and I reminded I need to go back and redo the thumbnail because YouTube went and blocked the thumbnail for this because it's YouTube and anything scares them these days. This is a really fun series. This was actually my plan I was actually planning on reading all of this month and doing another re-review. As you can see, there's going to be a lot of re-reviews. There's a lot of titles that I've really covered briefly on the first volume, and now I want to go back and look at them again. Yeah, so this one, I really like this one. I really enjoyed it. I haven't had much of a chance to reread this one. I don't know why. It's just been like kind of on my shelf waiting to be reread. But it's a lot of fun, and I really recommend people who like the Mom Isekai and Monster Girl series on a whole to check this one out, because I don't see a lot of people talking about this one. I don't know if it's because it just doesn't have an anime or whatever, but if you like Monster Girls, and you're going to have a lot of fun with this one. Like I said, it's Ina-chan from Hololive English. Yeah, that was the first thing I was like, hey, it's Ina. Next up, we have Cubots, and this is an interesting title that was brought to my attention a few months ago when Seven Seas originally announced it, and then there was just silence on it, and I knew it was coming like towards the end of the year, and then all of a sudden I just looked on Amazon and I was like, hey, that's that series that I was really excited for. And yeah, it's an interesting title. I will be doing a full review on this eventually. It's a little bit more difficult in terms of what I want to do for the review than a normal video, so just bear with me with this one. But it's an isekai in the Minecraft world, or a Minecraft type world, where they all get trapped in a Minecraft world and everyone's gonna die. And yeah, there's nothing really special about this one. I just really am into Minecraft quite a bit at the moment, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing a full review on this, because my plan is to do it in my Minecraft game. do a review in there, so we can have a little bit of fun with that. So, but I'm not going to say it's going to be anything absolutely amazing, but it's, if you want a kind of Minecraft isekai, you might have some fun with this. There's nothing really special about it. It doesn't kind of change the game up anything. If you've read something like Sword Art Online, you're probably going to have a bit of an idea of what you're going to get with this one. Next up is probably the most controversial series I've ever covered, surprisingly, and that is Wandering Witch: The Journey of Elena. This is the light novel, so I'm pretty much either 2/3 or at least complete of everything that's going to be in the anime. So yeah, I'm ahead of you anime fans. Yes, that's right. So when you come on do a review going, well, the anime was like this and I didn't like the anime, and I'm just like, yeah, this is the light novel review. Nothing against anyone. If you just want to watch the anime, go for it. But yeah, this is the light novel. I really like this. It's not about the journey. No, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey itself. This is about a young witch who just flies from country to country, and things happen in these countries, and she's kind of like, well, I don't want to get involved, I'm just an observer. And then she's a bit greedy, and then she gets involved most of the time. Volume 2 is a little bit better than Volume 1. She does get involved a lot more in Volume 2 than she does Volume 1, but it's still, I really enjoy it. It's just a nice change of pace. Volume 3 is out next month, so I'm going to pick that up because I really like it, and I'll pick it up and just be like, yeah, I want to read it, but I've got too much other stuff. Yeah. I was about to say, maybe I need some time off to read it. And I was like, I've got time off at the moment and I'm not reading it. Oh, but yeah, it's I would really recommend checking this one out. Get your own opinion on this rather than just following off the anime, what the anime is doing, because the anime is changing up a lot of things compared to the light novel, unfortunately. Next up, well, we've got 2 volumes here, and that is 86 Volume 2 and 86 Volume 3. Run Through the Battlefield, Run Through the Battlefront start, Run Through the Battlefront finish. I haven't had a chance to read these. I did just recently do a full video review on Volume 1, and I was really impressed. I heard Volume 2 and Volume 3 aren't quite as good, and perhaps this maybe being the better series that was kind of a one-shot, but I'm looking forward to seeing how this one pans out. It was really good, and a lot of people who are really into light novels, who I look up to, really are recommending this one, so I am looking forward to checking out more of this one. Yeah, it's really good. Volume 1 was really good. Really good. Next up, we have Nurse Hitomi's Monster Infirmary. We have Volume 1. We have Volume 2. We have Volume 3. We have Volume 4. And we have Volume 5. Now, there's a reason for all of this, because I picked up Volume 1 of Nurse Hitomi quite some time ago. And I really enjoyed it when I read it, and I never went back to it. I really enjoyed it, but I never went back to it. And I was wondering, I was kind of like, do I collect it, do I not? And then I was like, when I was starting this whole Monster Girl month, I wanted to cover Nurse Hitomi's Monster Infirmary as a priority, because it's one I'd never covered and I know is worth talking about. And then I looked online and Volume 2 was out of stock everywhere, and it was like £85, so I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to collect it, but I kept my eye on it because I was just like, I wanted to own all of the volumes. And eventually I saw for £20 a bundle of 1 to 5, and yeah, I just picked that up because I was just like, well, I've got Volume 1, I ordered Volume 2 digitally, and I was like, I want to read more of these, and I was like, well, for Volume 3, 4 and 5 it's going to cost more just to buy them. I might as well just re-buy Volume 2, so I've got the whole lot. So this is, interestingly, the My Hero Academia, what I expected from the title My Hero Academia. This is about a Cyclops monster girl who works at a school for gifted children, and it says monster girls, but really it's kind of more like quirks. So it's the teachers having to... It's interesting because it's more of a psychological thing. It's more of a kind of be happy with who you are and these things that you have got, these quirks or these unique things to you are something that you need to be proud of rather than just use as a weapon. And I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. So to give some context, if you like My Hero Academia, think of this as the Recovery Girl spin-off that we don't have. And I was reading, I was like, I really want a Recovery Girl spin-off. It'll never happen because Recovery Girl is not a waifu or is not a small child. But I would really recommend it. It does have a lot of ecchi moments. Shigo did do a lot of Monster Musume stuff, but if you can get past that, there is a lot of heart in this series, and I would really recommend checking this one out. It is one that I would 100% recommend if you like Monster Girls, and it's probably the Monster Girls series that is the most underrated because it's got a lot of volumes, but it doesn't have any anime adaptation quite yet. I'm expecting it to happen probably the next year or so. I think it's kind of it's due its time, but I'm looking forward to fully covering this one because there's a lot of really good stuff in this particular title. Next up we have Yoshino Zukara. Yoshino Zukara, the frog in the well does not know the ocean, from Satsuki Yoshino. Now this, most people are going to be sitting there going, well, this is a weird choice of a rare manga. What? This doesn't look like ecchi or something like weird. And the reason being is this is actually basically it's the next series by the creator of Barakamon, a series that I really enjoyed a few years ago. And this is essentially Barakamon volume, or season, Barakamon 2.0, I'm going to call it. It's about a young author who lives in an island and is starting to write a series about island life. So basically it's basically the author of Barakamon writing about Barakamon as a manga, and it is really good. Volume 1 absolutely blew me away. I was really impressed by this one, and I was just quite surprised. I was quite surprised because I know Barakamon was quite a popular series, and I never heard anybody talking about this one. And it was when Yen Press announced it, I was just like, "Ooh, by the creator of Barakamon, I've got to check this out." And I just bought it blind, and I was just like, yeah, it was really worth checking out. I'm going to be interested because Barakamon for me, it kind of fell off after about 10 or 11 volumes, so I'm going to be interested to see how this one pans out, to see if it ends up being a fantastic series. I've got high hopes for it, I really do. But yeah, Yoshino Zukara, it's one to keep an eye on, and I was really happy I actually did check this one out. So finally, we have a series that a lot of people have asked me to cover over the years, and I was surprised I didn't really get into the anime when it first released, but I really want to get into it, and that is High School DXD. Finally, we have the light novel. Volume 1, Diablos of the Old School Building. This, I am so excited to read. As you guys know, it's Monster Girl Month. This was the one that I actually sent in Monster Girl Month around, and it's like we're nearly at the end of the month. Hopefully I'll be able to get this read and have a video out before the end of the month. I fully intend to extend Monster Girl Month because Monster Infirmary, and I do have a Monster Musume video on the ongoing in progress. But High School DxD, honestly, I'm so excited to get my teeth into this one because it's one that a lot of people have hyped up for me, and I'm really excited to see if that hype is worth the time, because yeah, fun. It looks fun, it looks stupid, it looks like a lot of fun, and it seems like it's so much up my alley. I kind of feel like I can't really talk about Monster Girls without covering this one at some point, so I'm really excited to check it out. And that's it for me. What have you guys been reading this month, and is there anything in my collection, I suppose should say? Is there anything in my haul that you guys would like to talk about a little bit more and have a little bit more discussion? And I'm going to try and get some more videos out. Again, I'm still recovering from surgery, so this is why this is a bit all over the place. But thank you so much for all of your support. I couldn't do it without you. It has really meant a lot of me. It has really meant a lot for me that I've had a lot of support over the last few weeks with a lot of personal issues. So just a huge thank you with everything over the last few weeks. Really, really, it is really appreciated. And if you did like this, thank you very much. Leave a like, consider subscribing, and I will see you next week. Like I said, I do have a lot of plans for Monster Girl series, so keep around for that. And again, I will have a lot more light novels because there's a lot of light novel titles I'm reading. Again, thank you so much for all of the support over the last few weeks. It is hugely appreciated, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.